I don't know.
All right. 5, 4,
It kind of makes me feel
3,
like I can just do anything
2,
I want.
1. Beat a pop. Wildly uninteresting.
I notice those things are getting a little better than they used to.
You think so?
Yeah, because it felt like we were just kind of making noise, just like for the sake of it. But now it feels like there's actually some.
We've actually got it
Forming.
figured
We're
out at this
working
point.
together musically and growing as musicians.
We're
By
getting
episode
in tune.
123 will be good,
Hell yeah, it's going to sound like it was
123.
pre-recorded.
and then we'll start in
Welcome
with our shit.
to the show. This is Wildly Uninteresting with Adam, Sarah, and Ian Brock.
Hi, I'm Ian.
We're not all
Hi, I'm
Brock.
Sarah.
I'm Ashby.
I'm Ashby.
Fuck these people.
I'm Brock. Fuck
Yeah.
you people.
I'm used to be Brock, now Ashby.
Brashby.
We talk about
Brashby.
absolutely nothing.
Smirch,
Oh, wait,
smirch.
So if you were hoping
Ash
to get
rock.
something out of this podcast, I would go listen to a different podcast because
shit.
you're not going to really receive any useful information.
Unless you want to learn how to mash two names together.
Yeah.
You're not
But
going to
you're
do
not
that.
gonna get anything. This is the show of if you ever been around somebody who has all
Drunk,
the useful,
Down syndrome.
useless information in their head. And it's just bouncing around, and they want to tell you about it all the time. This is the podcast for you.
This is not it.
This is a show of useless information that's given to you by 3 motherfuckers really quickly.
Trace
So.
move for ghosts.
If you're
I'm
interested, I would
35.
keep listening. And also hit the subscribe button. And also hit the like button. And also
This is
comment
episode
below.
20.
And also hit the
It's
bell
20.
for notifications on videos, you pieces of shit.
Unless you've already got it going, then don't hit it again because you'll unnotify.
Then you'll never
unnotified.
know.
So
even
what the
though it's
fuck is
weekly.
up?
It'll tell you when we don't post things.
Since y'all are not talking,
Nothing.
nothing's up. What's up with you, Sarah?
Nothing.
Too much.
Nothing.
I've been
Not so
obsessed
much.
with these bagged salads with like Asian sesame dressing.
Moving on. What's up with you?
And what about those politics?
It hurts.
No.
Politics are silly.
The sesame dressing?
Bag lettuce.
Yeah.
Bag lettuce.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's kind of lettuce, but there's some cabbage and kale and carrots and
Get
shit.
them at
What? But
Kroger
what
in the
point
little-
does this?
Salady things.
What
Yeah.
point are you trying to make about these salads?
I'm just
though?
obsessed with the dressing. It's
Oh,
delicious.
so that's where
Yeah.
we've
Yeah.
okay.
That's where
all.
we've
You
gone.
want to tell us
is
about how you're
dressing.
eating and stuff. You want to tell us about your dreams as well?
Do you hit it with a Lorelei and just
don't
shake it
really-
into the bag?
Would you like to tell
Shake it
us
Yeah.
up and eat it before it got
how
in the
many
bag?
times you pooped this
Yeah.
morning?
Oh,
I pooped once.
Oh fuck,
Yeah.
dude. Why is it when I wake up in the morning, it's like I really have to run to take a shit, man? Like
Hell yeah.
I get all
today.
teary-eyed and sweaty because I'm like, man, I gotta go. It's because I eat right before I go to bed. I don't think you should eat before you go to bed because it doesn't get to work through your system as well. I guess I don't know the science behind it, but by the time I wake up, dude, I have to go.
I guess
like-
it would because your metabolism would slow down.
I think he has the diet of something that has to digest things with like a harsh acidic thing going on where they like break it down in their mouth like intensely and then it goes into their stomach and they break it down intensely again because
Double
it seems a little
intensity.
intense,
intensity.
you know. Yeah.
Hey, what about? Did
It's
you know
funny when I
that you're not
poop,
supposed
I sweat and cry also, but it's because it hurts my asshole so badly.
Do you know you're not supposed to drink anything while you're eating? You're supposed to drink after you get done eating.
That is ridiculous.
Completely.
Who says this and why?
She read it in a fucking health magazine.
Oh yeah, we
that
pawned
you're
it off to
supposed
her.
Yeah.
He doesn't like
showed it
It
to
was
me.
Sarah read it.
I believe though it's because drinking, it kind of I guess negates the stomach acids and stuff. It doesn't allow the stomach acids to do what they're supposed to do.
Suppresses them. You
So it's like 15 minutes before or after. It might be 30 minutes. You're not supposed to drink anything,
Yeah.
so your stomach acid can do what it needs to do.
take that.
Yup.
What about that, huh?
Well, wouldn't the stomach acid just break down the drink too?
No. I think it would like dilute
No?
the acid. In
Don't
your
look at
stomach.
me like that for so long.
So long.
It would definitely, I think, dilute the acid in your stomach, rendering it.
It just strikes me in the same way that people always said, "Don't swallow your gum because it'll just sit down there."
In 7
Yeah.
years or some
Well,
bullshit.
people are retarded.
Yeah, that's so
Exactly,
stupid.
and I'm thinking that maybe the person that wrote that article is also
Oh, it's the same
retarded.
person.
I'm
I
gonna say
wanna be
probably
that
not.
guy.
I feel like it was in like a legitimate like health and fitness magazine. I know
Yeah.
it doesn't
man.
look like I read that stuff, but sometimes I do.
You're not a globulous mass.
You're gonna have to explain to me because I don't know if I read it because I didn't read it. But I've seen memes like a motherfucker for it. What happened with Hilary Clinton and like somebody committed suicide at their residence?
Allegedly
Allegedly
committed suicide in prison.
Who did?
I think he was in prison. I don't know. Maybe he was just awaiting trial. Either way, it was Jeffrey Epstein.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Or Epstein.
I
Either way.
I forgot that motherfucker was dead.
Yeah, because he was on suicide watch, but then it's like, what does the suicide watch entail?
Oh no, it's I've
Is it
seen
just like
no?
I just picture somebody sitting next to him and like petting his leg, and it's like, you're valuable. Don't do it.
No. This is, I'm not speaking for all prisons and jails, but when I was in prison, what they do, say you go up to them, man, I'm thinking about killing myself. Never do that, by the way. Just kill yourself. But
Yeah.
because you'll really
Or
wish you
don't.
would have, because what they do is they put you in this, what they call a turtle jumpsuit, like a turtle suit, and it's seamless, but it's like a smock. Or is that what it's called?
Yeah, but it's legit like a weird dress.
It looks like a weird, stupid dress, right? So
But
they
you
take
can't
all your
tear
clothes.
it or anything
You can't
and like hang
tear it.
yourself with it.
Yeah. So
That's what it does.
no, yeah, but they take
Yeah.
all your clothes. They don't
Yeah.
give you a mat to sleep on or anything. They put you in this room with just a metal bed and nothing else, so that you can't commit suicide. And then they come check on you for like every 30 minutes or an hour, sometimes an hour.
They have rounds that they do.
It'd be cool if you jammed the corner of the bed into your jugular, bled out that way, and you like stare him in the eyes the whole time.
You could just bang your head into the wall until you smash your brains
I think they
in.
would start hearing that though. They'd be like,
So?
"What's that noise?"
But yeah, so often they don't give a fuck.
Oh yeah, they don't give
So-
a fuck.
Yeah.
I've seen so many
Feel
fights.
free to rape that guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Don't kill yourself
Don't
now.
kill yourself.
Human life is valuable.
Yeah.
I've seen so many people get their ass whooped and nobody came. Nobody came. They got beat up. They
Nobody's
cleaned up all
ever
the blood.
gonna come.
Well, was there anybody buzzing at that time?
Not at that time. That's the only time you don't buzz. You know
You
what I
don't buzz
mean?
for fights,
You don't
otherwise
buzz for fights,
you
yeah.
get beat the fuck up.
Yeah, it's the craziest thing is that they don't come, and if they do come, you're very lucky. But when I got my tooth kicked through my lip, I was fighting a guy, and he kicked me with a Jordan sneaker to the face.
What year?
Oh,
Were
that
the
was
sneakers, not what year.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
Fuck your timeline. Tell me
I'm
about
telling
the
you what,
shoes.
the
It
fucking
was 2013.
those are some stout ass shoes, man. They're not like regular tennis shoes. They are fucking legitimately
Bitches
stout.
don't bend.
They don't. They fucking
They don't bend.
they don't fucking bend, man. There's no giving those motherfuckers.
If your foot gets trapped in like some kind of metallic press thing,
Fucked.
you're fine. It's gonna break the machine.
Oh yeah, you would be fine. You wouldn't be fucked. I'm
Yeah.
thinking your foot's fucked, but the shoe's not.
Yeah, they won't bend.
Yeah.
So fuck
It'd
it.
be solid. We should
and-
test them.
In Floyd County, though, when you would say you were going to kill you, they had a room that was the walls and the floor, everything was padded. And then they had this hole in the middle of the floor where you could piss and shit. But that was it. Like everything else was padded. So you could lay down because it was real stiff, though. But it was padded, so you couldn't, bend
Was it
your
like
head.
Yeah.
the gym mats?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
everywhere, there was no seams. It was just one big mat.
Sorry, I keep
do you
burping
think-
and it's terrible.
Do you think you could chew through the stuff? Chew through
prob-
to the
no.
stuffing inside and then eat it until you die?
Because you can't get a good angle on something that's flat,
Yeah.
You ever try to bite something that's flat?
Yeah, dude, you're like one of those shitty snakes that can't bite things. 'cause of that.
Shitty snakes.
Yeah.
Let's all try to bite
Shitty
through
snake.
something flat
It
on
ain't gonna
camera.
work. It ain't gonna happen. Yeah, it's a bunch of fucking shit. No, man. See, I didn't know
You
though.
didn't do it.
So what happened to?
I tried to puncture it.
Why was he in jail in the first place? Why was he locked
Who
up?
are we talking about?
The Bernstein Weinstein, whatever you just said.
The
The guy
Bernstein
that killed
Bears,
himself.
because they're Jewish.
The guy that killed himself. Why was he in jail?
Yeah.
Do you know?
I feel like it has to do with pedophilia in some sense.
Oh, nice.
Sex crimes against, as some
are
would
you
say,
sure about
young
that?
women. Or what is it? Underage women?
Underaged.
Yeah,
Well,
somebody was
those
making
would
the
be
argument. It's
kids.
like, well, yeah.
Yeah.
But they say We say underage women, but we don't say underage men.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
But you know,
Boys.
I think
If you're
we all-
underage, you're a kid.
I feel like it's also though just said culturally or societally that chicks mature faster.
Hey,
So they're little
yeah.
women,
They
They're
do.
you know,
not,
especially
yeah.
like that little show. There are no. Well, I guess there are little men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's certainly
If
some.
there's like a breadwinner 14-year-old or something that bangs his teacher.
say he
He's
was
the
a
man
little
of the house.
man.
Yeah.
Little man. They said that men don't fully mature until they're 40, yo.
I was gonna say
40.
Yeah.
that sounds about
And
right.
I can see that though,
Makes
because
sense.
Yeah.
I still feel like a child in my head. I have childish manners, and there's sometimes where emotionally I feel like a child still. But I can see
If
that
you don't
when-
get what you want to fart.
yeah, if I don't if I don't
Give
hear
me
what I
that
want
ice
to
cream
hear,
cone, I'm
I
gonna
fucking
fart
get
on
mad.
you.
It's gonna be nasty.
I do. I get really mad, like a little kid. You know?
Yeah.
Are you mature right now? Are you as mature as you think you should be?
No.
Yeah. See. But
But
I
I'm
mean,
cool with it. I'm mature enough to not care.
Yeah. I've always dated women that were older than me because the women that are my age or were my age when I was dating were always just fucking terrible humans. Dude.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Like, absolutely.
If you're right now, if you're dating anywhere from 18 to fucking 25, I feel bad for you.
Yeah.
Just stop putting your dick in shit and do something else.
We've
with
missed
your
this
time.
segment for a while, but welcome to Adam Shits on Women.
I know. It's been a few.
I've had a bunch of friends in the
miss
trade
it.
that date the fucking 18-year-old to 25-year-old women, and even 26, 27 is same shit, man. They're running around crazy, just like fucking putting it on any dude that wants it, and then get on social media and shit. For the ones who don't have a kid in that period, they'll get on there and they're like, talking shit about men and how there's no good ones out there and we're all cocksuckers and shit.
You fuck everything that
You
walks.
fuck everything.
And they're not good people that you're fucking.
Good men aren't drawn to thoughts.
No, not
Dude,
typically.
They're drawn to thinking.
Yeah.
I think nowadays though there's no depth to women or men for that fact, but there's just no depth. Like how can you have a conversation with an idiot? Like there's no.
I feel like you need to start lurking around college campuses a little more.
I don't think
Instead of the
think
middle
they're
schools.
still- probably. I don't think even that. Dude.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll just stick to what I know.
You know, there's so many people in college too that just they're there for no reason. You know how many people? If you go on a college campus and see all these people, say there's 1,000, maybe one will be something out of that 1,000.
Just
Ain't that
saying,
crazy?
That's true.
Definitely feel like the ones in college are fucking worse because they're just partying up.
They're
They're
like, I'm an adult now.
Shit, I'm out of mom and dad's house, or at least away from them long enough that.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're
I
definitely.
mean, I still go home on the weekends, but, you know,
They let me do my laundry there.
Monday through Wednesday, I study in my own room.
Yeah, yeah. Mom doesn't bother me at all when I'm in the basement.
Yeah. That's,
Because she's afraid of it.
Yeah.
I got too many people like that, and then a lot of them come in to trade, those young people, and I'm not giving them shit. I'm not down on them, but a lot of them want success very quickly, and when it doesn't come, and they don't get the money that they want and all that shit, they half-ass everything.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You pay me $30 an hour.
Soundbite. Yeah.
Give me $30 an hour.
I went to college.
ain't
I deserve to
doing
make
shit.
$47,000 a year.
Yeah, even
Yeah.
though I don't know
Immediately.
what I'm doing.
And we want $15 an hour for minimum wage.
Wow, man, it's crazy. Oh, there. You know
I don't care,
what?
they'll give it to them.
But I don't think they're gonna give it to him. You know why? Because I watched a
some of them
video
are
today.
black.
Because they're cheap.
I watched a video
Can't get
today
black kids
of
$15
robots who could do backflips and jump 16-inch fucking
I was
verticals.
thinking 16 steps.
They
Shit.
fucking
Yeah.
they were throwing boxes at the thing to see if it kept, like if he was on an assembly line, they were kind of simulating that, right? And throwing the box to him, he's catching it, all the while throwing these beach balls at it and hitting them with a hockey stick and
he
knocking
was
them
talking
over.
about hitting them with shit last.
Yes.
Yeah, last week.
It was like.
He was talking about how sad it was.
Yeah, it was weird.
It made me feel bad
For a
today.
second,
I'm
I
like,
thought you were talking about a person. I was
no,
like, who
robot.
is this? Is this LeBron James's
They're-
kid?
Yeah.
them asking for $15 an hour is pressing forth the issue of we're gonna put robots in your place because we don't need you. Like,
I mean,
fuck
they're gonna
you.
do that anyway.
Yeah.
I think it could seriously just allow the standard of living to lower a little bit. Then motherfuckers will
They're not
probably
gonna do
stop
that.
asking for it.
Yeah, they're not going to do that.
No,
I
we
feel
want
like-
you to have 6 jobs.
Yeah.
I'm thinking instead of like raising the minimum wage and shit. I mean, I'm fine with that. Don't get me wrong, but instead, like, treat the housing market like the utilities. You know, like, you can only
Yeah.
charge so much for water. You can only charge so much for electricity.
Mm-hmm.
But you could charge whatever the fuck you want for somewhere to live.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
God,
think,
but that's no one would ever be able to pay for that shit. It's already fucking difficult.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Oh
make
yeah,
it-
yeah, yeah. You're saying stop that
yeah,
shit.
cut that
and-
shit off.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
yes,
agree.
capitalism, you know, hooray, free market and shit, but
Mm-hmm.
if you have so many homeless people.
capitalism is fucking bullshit. It is
No, simmer
bullshit.
down. Says the
Capitalism
man.
is bullshit.
Where do you think this shit came from?
I know, right?
No. I'm saying the thought of capitalism. This is the thought of capitalism. This is
Right.
what it is in a nutshell.
I feel like you're already thinking free rape capitalism.
Free
only,
rape.
only the strong survive, right? Only the strong. So if you make tacos and she makes tacos and I make tacos, whoever makes the best tacos wins.
Obviously me.
Right? They fucking win. So that means
We win.
back in 2008, 2009 when the market crashed, or no, was that 2008, 2008 when they
It all runs together.
the banks, all the banks fell and shit, and then they had to bail them out. Okay.
Mid-early 2000s.
Okay. Well, we allowed them to bail those agencies out, right? So they failed in all senses of the term. They fucking failed,
Yeah, they
right?
absolutely did.
So
Yes.
we bailed them out
Yes.
so that they continue to do, and they took our money and they fucking gave raises and vacations and bonuses and
Okay,
shit.
I agree with you on the aspect that
We shouldn't
they
have bailed them out.
abused it.
Yeah,
They didn't use
that's
it
not
properly.
capitalism.
But think about the industries that were most affected. It was like the banking shit, like the housing market, all that crap.
Right.
So that's like a pretty strong pillar of the foundation of our economy.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I mean, yeah, fuck them, you know, don't bail them out. But then when that happens and they collapse,
We're
what the
all
fuck do you?
fucked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What do you have?
Interesting. I never thought of it that way.
It's
But
like I
not
don't
all
want
banks
to
lost.
I don't want to pay a lot to fix the foundation of my house. But if termites eat it,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't matter how cool my attic is. It's
Right.
fucked.
Ain't that the truth?
Well,
Look
I
at
just,
you.
not all of them failed. Only the ones that were doing the big bonuses and the raises
Shady
and the
shit.
vacations, all that
Right.
shit.
But don't you think that the number influences it? Like the number of businesses that needed to be bailed out.
Probably.
That's a factor in it.
Probably. I don't think that it's a good form of capitalism when you bail them out, like only the strong survive. So fuck the ones that lost. And which I'm a firm believer on putting your money in the bank and all that shit, whatever. But I don't see how you can claim capitalism when
See, I feel like with the thought of only the strong survive, the people that are in the positions to like fuck that shit up, that like were responsible for their companies needing bailouts, those people would still rise to the top
you
of
think?
some other. Yes, I know.
So
Yeah.
even though
'Cause
they
I've seen
failed
the future.
completely,
Yeah.
even though they failed completely,
Well,
you
it's
think they could
because-
rise up? And,
yes,
and do
because they got to that position to begin with.
that. Right.
They clearly have a superior work ethic.
Yeah.
They probably know people,
They
they're
probably
educated,
do a lot of
and you know, it's like it's like work hard, play hard. So you like succeed big, you fail big,
right.
and then you're
Just
just gonna get back to it.
What's his face
Oh,
that
yeah.
you listened to? He's
Yep.
failed multiple times and gone bankrupt, but
Yeah.
he's a millionaire now.
It's the kind of shit like Jay-Z talks about from like a business perspective. Like if you fuck up 60 times, you just learn 60 ways to not do it.
Not do
You
it.
just keep going.
I can see it. I'll give you that. Okay. Because no matter what, they would have came back in a certain sense, like Bella.
Right,
and
so they would
Nobela.
personally be fine, but then the institutions themselves would be fucked.
Yeah, I know.
Thus fucking us.
I know more goes into them failing and what tragedy it would cause for their community and all that. I get that, but I just feel like they should have been prosecuted for giving away money as far as bonuses and vacations. So like you should step it back a little bit. Don't go all in.
I
Don't
feel
shake
like
your dick at
if
that.
you've been bailed out, why are you gonna?
Well, I mean, I kind of
instantly
agree, but at the
start
same
off?
time, it's a slippery slope because then if you dictate what they can do with the bailouts, then you have to kind of dictate what people do with their welfare money.
Yeah, that's
And then you would
I
have
wish
to
they
have
would
like
do that.
mandatory drug screening.
I wish they would do that.
I kind of do, I kind of don't. Because I mean, I feel
Why
like
don't
if you're,
you?
Well, because even within the idea of I guess giving people free shit, it is with the intent of helping them. And you have to let them make their own choices, whether they're good or bad. Because then if you turn into like a Big Brother type state where you're monitoring everything they do, then it's no longer a free society. It's
But
like
they're obviously using the system for the benefit of, like, you're giving me free shit and I'm going to do drugs and I'm going to be worthless and I'm going to have people sign the sheet.
But let's just say hypothetically, there are some people that use
Yes.
that money to buy drugs that make them productive. Because, I mean, there are alcoholics, but there are also functioning alcoholics. If they don't have that booze, then they're just going to sit in a corner and sweat and cry to death.
Right.
So they need that boost to keep them going. It's like a fucked up kind of engine for the train,
Yeah.
but it keeps it going.
We watched this thing about, I forgot what country it is, but it was like a smaller country that they had this big drug problem. And they
Luxembourg.
were trying to shut it
No.
down. And they were like, we're going to prosecute everybody to the fullest. And I mean, literally, like, get rid of all the drugs from things.
Fuck was that?
And I told her, I was like, even if your government, shut completely, like, figured out a way to get all the drugs to stop, the people would find a way to, just like in prison, they find a way to make, alcohol, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because we want to feel better, and in the community we live in, and most people aren't living the life they want to live. So you got more than 85% of people that fucking hate their job and hate going to work. So what do? I go home, I fucking drink a beer, I smoke a joint, whatever. I feel better about myself and my situation. But I don't think they'll get rid of the drugs. You know why? Because
Stupid.
you give them drugs to make them feel better, and then they'll go to that bullshit piece of shit job they got
Yeah.
and pay all those taxes for the man upstairs.
It's a trade-off.
Yeah,
Like, if
so you
you-
gotta have one.
If you want your
Yeah.
kid to clean up their room, sometimes you got to give them a candy bar.
Yeah, it's a nice candy bar. Candy bar.
Candy.
Candy bars.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But you're definitely right about them being on top. I hate how you and her argue, though, because you're the devil's advocate most of the time. And we were talking about something the other day, and child molestation popped up. But
Oh,
I
yeah.
forgot what got us there.
Awesome hobbies.
Oh, we were talking about religion and homosexuality. Of how could you? Why
Oh,
would
say
God
yeah.
hate its own fucking creature that it made as a homosexual? But if
How can we say homosexuality is wrong?
right, you're gonna go to hell for it. Why would he damn someone to hell for making them a certain way? But if we're gonna use
But-
that argument, you have to use it for pedophilia as well.
Yeah.
Why
And
would pedophiles
And
go
I
to hell?
actually stepped back a little bit, and I was like, well, yeah, and I fucking hate I hate it. You know what I mean?
Who doesn't?
And
Pedophiles.
I even stepped back and I was like,
The good
holy
ones hate
shit.
themselves.
Like, that's a fucking good argument, because even I stepped back and be like, well, we can't hate them for that. We can't damn them for that. We're not allowed to. But
Right.
from the Christian religion and shit, you're not allowed to. You're supposed to love openly and forgive and see that. And if they repent, it's all good.
Yeah, it's not our place to pass judgment. That's when everything's said and done. It's God's place to do that. And inevitably, as long as you have repented and accepted the Lord Jesus Christ as your Savior, everything's good. That's what and truly
Right.
in your heart, like, that's all that matters
that
at
made
the end
me-
of the day.
It made me step back
Well,
like,
yeah, I mean,
whoa,
there's a huge
dude.
difference, though,
Yeah.
between accepting something and acknowledging it, like, truly in your heart, like,
Yes.
on a deep level.
Yeah, you could be
Right.
dying and be like, I love Jesus. And like, but did you mean that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like whenever you apologize to somebody, like, if you mean it, like, they know. And
Yeah.
but if you're just like, I'm sorry. Like, you didn't mean that shit.
Yeah. No.
But then that also implies, though, that God created people to do specific rotten things by society's standards. Mm-hmm. And then how much is left for free will? It's like,
isn't it all free will?
Is it?
If you were created a certain way, that's
Indeed.
not free will. That's just how you are.
Right.
It was predetermined. So then I guess your choices would, in a sense, be free will. But
At
is
least
it really
of it.
right? Yeah.
But I mean, you could always just abstain from things. I mean, it's easier said than done, but theoretically, if you truly hate something, you could just not do it.
Yeah. For sure.
After she said that, it made, when I stepped back and was like, holy shit, I've been thinking about it wrong this whole time, because, you know, I'm like the other hypocrites when it comes to that. Like, I'm going to say that, homosexuality is okay because I'm not allowed to judge, but then I'm going to hate somebody for being a pedophile. When in reality, you should just openly be like, I'm cool. And you can't even say, don't worry, God's going to judge you in the end. Mm-hmm. Even that's passing
that's
a judgment.
A judgment. Yeah,
that's like some underhanded shit.
Yeah.
So you got to step back and just be like, you know what? I'm just going to love everything. I'm going to do my part. My servant rag is going to be large. Mm-hmm. I'm going to do everything I can for everybody else and love openly and see the good in everybody and not pass judgment. You can't even like, oh, don't worry, you'll get yours. That's passing judgment.
I feel like we should still be able to separate the good from the bad. It's like, I'm going to find the good in someone, but then if I see that they're like shitting in puppies' mouths and like stabbing their mom, it's like, well, you're shitty for those things.
Yeah, definitely.
I believe you can change, but right now you're a rotten person, right? Yeah. I guess you got to be that way.
Yeah.
I don't know who's to say any way is right? Like, nobody really knows.
Really, when it comes down to it, like, mind your own fucking business and,
right.
Surround yourself with who you want to be around and don't have the other people around. And then you don't have to see how they live, no matter what it is, whether it's, molestation or...
Do whatever the fuck you want, but don't do it in my yard.
Yeah, get the fuck away from me. But it just surround yourself with who you want and leave it at that. Mind your own fucking business. Quit looking at what other people are doing and having something to say. If you don't know what they're doing, you don't have anything to say. And then you're good to go.
Indeed.
And focus on what the fuck you're doing.
Plus, it's kind of fighting an uphill battle.
Yeah.
You're never going to change everybody.
No, not at all.
And it's almost like a never-ending fight, because every time I say something, there's something to counter what I just said. You know what I mean? There's another way to look at it. Mm-hmm. So if I'm like, well, this is right and I should be this way, well, over here, there's a different way to be. Mm-hmm. And somebody else is going to be like, no, that's not the right way. You need to do it.
Right,
there's
this
always
is
going to
what
be.
I believe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So who's to say, right? I think you should just be a good person, love openly, and do whatever. But, a lot of people, and I hate to say it, a lot in church, man, they like to, really make you feel bad.
Look what they're doing.
Yeah. Make you feel bad for the way you are. Like,
Yeah, they
do.
Cuss. Don't look at me. They cuss.
Yeah.
They're gambling. They're whatever.
Maybe we should just travel around to churches and like cut down the people that are cutting the people down.
Do mission statements.
Yeah.
There was a new, which I was trying to find the story, but they posted on Facebook about this black guy that shot up a school. It was a school shooting, but the perpetrator was black. And it didn't show up on the news and all that. And they said because it doesn't fit the narrative of like the liberals and trying to take I don't know. It's funny how the fucking news works and how they spin it, and they can alter.
Well, I mean, it makes complete sense.
Yeah, they can alter a whole group of people, and when I say group, millions of people, by putting their narrative, their spin on a story.
Well, no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say the fact that there's the idea of narrative these days in the media. It's like, fuck that.
Yeah, instead of here's fact.
Yeah, just the facts.
Just
That's
give the
what
fact
you're
and all the
supposed to
stories.
do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But instead, there is a narrative, and they're trying to push us one way or the other and make us believe. And that's why I think a lot of like LSD and mushrooms and all that, a lot of the reason why they stifled those things, because they allowed for free thinking. Not only free thinking, but beyond creative thinking. And they didn't want that. Like, if you are allowed to think for yourself, and a lot of people that do LSD and mushrooms, stuff like that, they don't need the material things. They see life for what it is. It's just to live, love, and be happy.
Think outside the box, but don't think outside what's outside the box.
Right? Yeah.
So they
Stay in that circle or whatever the fuck.
they're gonna stifle that off, and that's why I told you all before, like I try to like use my phone as a tool and not so much. And I get caught up reading the fucking, everybody does that. You scroll and scroll and scroll.
Everybody shits.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah, and that's what it's funny to me. Like, the girls that think they're models and shit, and they have all these fucking photos with their titties all half out and shit. And it's so funny to me because I'm like, half the time I'm taking a shit while looking at that. You're not sexy when I'm taking a shit, yo. Yeah. And that's what 9 times out of 10 when I'm looking through Facebook, I'm taking a shit.
I wish that you would start commenting on those girls' photos.
You
saying,
don't know how
I'm
bad
shitting right now.
You don't know how bad I want to every time.
I just want you to know.
Every fucking
really
time.
helping this poop along.
Yeah.
I just think it's funny. I'm like, because I'm sure that I'm not the only one that more often than not, 9 times out of 10, I'm taking a shit when I'm looking through Facebook.
I'd say at least 45% of the people that are looking at their titties are on the toilet.
Way more, yeah. But it fucking social media fucking makes me laugh. But I try to use my phone as more of a tool rather than an escape. Because when you use it as an escape, like, it's another one of those things that the government implements to get you to lower your level of thinking. You know what I mean? It kind of dumbs us down. Think about like the TV shows on Netflix. No offense, but video games, how they're so fucking good.
Yeah, no shit.
They get you like, they get you fucking in tune with the game and make you forget about your problems and forget about what's going on in the real world because it's so fucking fantastic. So I don't know, man. So you got to watch out what you do. You got to watch out for like the evil that's in your life. You might not even know it. Like,
I mean, you can find positives in video games and movies and shit. You
Right.
just have to watch it and play it actively.
right.
It kind of ties into the whole idea of the narrative is crap, but if you take the time and the effort to actively read the shit, like search it, then...
Is it though? Is it?
Isn't it?
Is it though?
So you can use it as a way of having moving on.
Good call.
Of having a well-balanced life in a sense, because if all you do all day is work and think about working and think about work the next day and how can I make work better and
you kill your family in the mountains.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So having a well-balanced life is kind of one of the most important things in life. So you could use the stupid bullshit on the internet as this is so silly, and video games as a means of relaxation and forgetting about the shit from the day. Yeah. And okay, I'm just gonna be here and do this for now, and I'll think about all the bullshit later. It can definitely be used in a positive manner.
It's healthy to compartmentalize and spread things about.
Well, yeah. That's what they say. Daydreaming is a fantastic thing that you can do for stress because it shuts everything off. Yeah. It stops putting the focus on all the bad that's going on or all the responsibilities and just lets you kind of sit and be for a moment. Especially
if you do it like in a positive way. Because like whenever I'm going through arguments in my head, like I start to feel physically like the responses to that shit. So if you're thinking positive, happy shit, it's gonna hit you in the same way.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
and it's definitely it's essentially being mindful and not necessarily meditative, but in a sense meditative. Yeah. So it's just kind of here I am.
Here I am.
Yeah, it's good though that you can feel those, I guess, vibes or whatever from it. Yeah. The response.
I know, it's like I feel like vibes is a solid term for it because like it fits it perfectly. But whenever people start talking about vibes, it's like, I don't know, calm down, hippie.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I get it.
Yes. Vibes are good sometimes, and sometimes you need to use a different fucking word.
Yeah.
Being a hippie is like walking in the bookstore for me. You ever walk? Do you have somewhere you go that
what
it
was
actually?
The finish of that?
Like what?
That's the. I'm saying the finish. Do you ever walk into a bookstore and you just feel like anything's possible. Like it inspires
Oh, absolutely.
you. You're
Oh,
like,
okay, cool.
oh, this is so amazing. I want to be a part of this. But you don't like to read. That's me, right? So I feel the same way with
Yeah.
hippies. I fucking love how they, how they are with their fucking dreads and their, their hangy clothes and their fucking bracelets they made out of hemp fucking straw or whatever.
Yeah.
And
Nope.
it makes me like, I'm like, I want to be that, but I'm just not that. I can't do it. I can't bring. I guess my ego gets in the way, and it's like, you're not being you. And I'm like, but I want to be a hippie, kind of, But it's just like going to the bookstore. When I go to the bookstore, dude, I
fairly
fucking
hippie.
feel like anything's possible. Like I could do, or be, or whatever. It's
Because
just
there
so
are
magical.
worlds around you and shit
And
like
little
that
fucking-
thick. So
Yeah.
Oh god, dude,
Yeah,
it's so
anything.
amazing.
for every
possible.
5 feet, there's a universe.
You remember seeing the
Absolutely.
Page Master? Have you ever seen Page Master
No.
with Macaulay Culkin?
No.
Oh god. Dude.
Unfortunately, no.
Oh yeah, you should take time out to watch that fucking movie. It's fantastic.
Watch Page Master.
Page
Putting
Master.
it on here.
Page master.
It's like the library comes to life, and it's
Ooh.
like
Yeah.
he goes on this journey with these 4 or 5 books, and that's another. I always just felt like the bookstore was so magical, but I wish I could read better because I would have more fun in those places. But
For sure.
and
like
I
that,
wish I
though.
could be a hippie and read.
Is it a lack of ability to
What?
read, or do you just not have the patience?
I think it's the patience because all my information. I want it like give it to me. I want to fucking know.
Yeah.
Or the other, I like hands-on. Like so, I'd rather take this apart and try to see how it works than read about how it works. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm that kind of guy.
Just an action man.
Yeah, rather
Just
rather
like he doesn't
put my
like
hands on
watching sports. He likes playing sports.
I'd rather like go out back and pitch ball or go hit at the batting cage and shit like that. But I cannot stand any sport, dude. Any sport, unless we're like live, and I'm still not
Well,
fucking
yeah,
paying attention
Then it's
to
awesome.
it. Yeah,
I like live sports.
do you?
I'll watch them occasionally on TV, but not really. It's usually at work, or like if Thos is watching a baseball game.
Right.
Yeah. I can sit there and watch it with your pop. Just sit back and usually half time I fucking fall asleep and it's so comfortable. What is that? When you're watching sports and then it's just like you fall, it's the most comfortable sleep you ever had. I don't know
It's
what that
because
is.
it's boring.
It's boring and it just gets you in that zone.
It's not like Rick
It's
and
only
Morty where
boring
there's
if you're,
crazy
if you're
shit
not
going
passionate about the showdown between the pitcher and the batter.
on. Yeah. Which,
Ah.
come on.
If you're not
Who
seeing the
is?
storms in the distance and the tension mounting.
Are we
It's
talking
there.
about a homosexual porno?
You are.
Mounting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
there you go.
That's the first thing that come to my mind.
Yeah.
Everybody. Hey, we were
Everybody.
talking about a show. If you haven't seen the show or heard about the show, I'm sure everybody has because they're on season 9.
Is it the news?
No, Hot Ones.
Oh. Hell yeah.
That
Hot
shit
ones, dude.
is very
I love
good.
that shit.
It makes.
We were talking about this?
No, me and him were.
Oh, I
Yeah.
was like,
You weren't a
what?
part
I
of
just
the
pretended like we weren't talking about it before we started recording.
There's something like I don't know what it is about that show. I don't know how he hit the nail on the head with that show, but it's so simple.
It's because he asks
They're
good
so
in-depth
good.
questions,
He
and you get
does
to watch
well at
people
that.
cry over wings.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you were, because Idris Elba. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
He does
forgot.
so well at asking the questions quickly.
He's very
Like,
good with questions.
Yeah, man.
He is.
I don't know where he,
really
started
digs.
or where he got started, but I really dig that show, man. If you haven't watched it, go watch Hot Ones. That shit is very good.
Yes. And they were talking.
Well, where can we watch that?
Oh, YouTube, of
On
course.
YouTube while you're looking for our shit also.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, check us out.
But I like
Bitches.
that show. And then
Bitches.
with Idris Elba, he was talking about he's going to have a rap album coming
What?
out.
Shut
yeah. So I want that shit.
Yeah, definitely. This sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
I want to.
What's your favorite Idris Elba movie?
I've never
All
seen
of
any
them.
of them.
What?
never seen
Ever.
any?
You
Just kidding.
Oh,
motherfucker.
Jesus. About to be cut
You
from
had,
the podcast.
yeah, you're about to get fought by it. We
Oh.
were gonna fight you for that one.
I thought you said he was about to get fucked.
That too.
Come over here, disagree with us, and get pleasure.
Yeah. I'm
put
gonna
my
fuck
finger
you so
inside you.
good.
I don't know.
Brother.
I actually can't think of anything that I've seen him in.
Well, I got mine.
Because I'm on the spot. so.
Takers.
The
That's
fuck
my
is
favorite.
that?
It's a good
Oh,
movie.
dude.
Yeah.
You
That
haven't
sounds
seen-
like the gay porn you were talking about.
just taking it. No, man, the movie
You
is
take
called
this shit,
Takers,
man.
and it's fucking fantastic. Hey, is he in Losers? Is that another black guy?
Yes. No, that's
No,
him.
that's him.
Yeah.
Losers
Uh-huh.
is fucking
That
my
movie's
number
awesome.
Yeah.
I fucking love that movie. But that's what I was asking you, if he would ever be on Will Smith or Denzel's level, because they're, dramatic actors, and it just, they'll move you, man. You watch some of Will Smith's like highlights in his movie. Oh my God, dude.
He brings the humanity.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely good. He should be on their level because he's spectacular.
I think he's fallen in that superhero movie category,
Seems
though.
vaguely familiar.
He's like a super action hero, whatever. You know what I mean? A bad guy,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
the villain.
T.I. boy.
But
Yeah,
oh shit! What the shit? What was I gonna
what
say?
the shit? That's a great question.
Whatever, man. I
I
forgot.
don't know.
what I was gonna say.
He's the dude I would accept him wholeheartedly as James Bond.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Yes.
He nails it, dude. I would say that he would almost be better than who's the last? No, he wasn't James Bond, was he?
Daniel Craig.
Daniel
Oh.
Craig.
The
That's who
last
I was
one,
thinking.
yeah.
Okay, never mind. I was right then. Cool.
He should
Correct.
definitely be Bond. He should be everybody.
Yeah.
Let's just have him be the main character in every movie.
Idris Elba as Dana Scully.
Dude, that'd be fucking
I would
cool.
listen to if he read audiobooks. I would definitely. I'd like to buy those audiobooks.
I wouldn't,
Really?
because he's got that British accent going on.
You wouldn't be
Can't
able to
take it.
understand
Yeah,
it.
it would take me about 20 minutes before I could actually know what he was saying.
Yeah. He would just have to read like the preface or like the chapters laid out
Yeah.
and shit like that before.
Sorry, like
Freaking-
on Hot Ones, I could just tell myself that his mouth was full and he was mumbling. That's why I didn't know what was said for the first 20 minutes.
That's what subtitles are for.
She was saying preface the other day. Preface. And I was like, what the fuck does that? And
Do you say
So-
preface in your head?
you're goddamn right. I do.
Yeah.
I always call it preface. Am I the only one?
No, I swear to God, until
How do you
probably
say
honestly
sojourn?
after college, I didn't know that it was preface. I had no
Wow.
idea.
Me neither, dude.
Yeah.
I've always called it preface. I'm like, what is a preface?
I thought it was such a stupid fucking
Or
name.
do you say prologue or prologue?
Prologue? What do you say?
Duh, it's French, bitch.
Yeah.
Bologna.
Yeah. Absolutely.
No,
Oh,
man.
shit.
But one of my favorite fucking Will Smith movies of all time, and I know why, because it moves me every time. I could watch it a million
Is it
times.
Bad Boys too?
Nope.
So
is.
moving.
The Pursuit of Happiness, dude. At the he
I've never
cries.
seen it.
Oh, shut the
What?
fuck! Come on, man.
Sorry,
Man,
I've
it's
genuinely
good.
never
I'm
seen
so
that.
angry at you right
You'll
now.
like it. You'll
The,
like
um,
it. Watch it now.
The
I don't have it.
The best part, man. That's what I'm saying. He can cry and make you feel it. Like, I mean, he's touching your soul.
He is a damn good liar.
And
Yes, he is.
the crazy
Good
thing
job.
is, so at the end of that movie, it because they do it in chapters, you know what I mean? Pain, and then the end is happiness, right?
Okay.
So
Which
at
is
the
what
end
he's
of it,
been in pursuit in.
he's feeling happiness.
Man,
but
that's deep.
when he walks out, he's like, the way he's just moving and shit, and these tears in his eyes, and he's just doesn't care about the people around him. He's just making these actions stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When I walked out of taking that master's test, I didn't care who was around me. I bawled like a baby, and that was true happiness. I get it now, but he fucking nailed that feeling, because when I walked out and crying, and I was happy I couldn't control it. That was true happiness.
Hell
man.
yeah.
And I don't know.
That reminds me of a U2 song.
Well, don't tell us about it.
It's
Nobody
called The
cares what
Moment
you
of
do.
Surrender.
And it's
And
stupid.
he's talking about like he has a moment where he's just completely in tune with shit, and he's like, I didn't notice the passersby, and they didn't notice me. So he's just having this deep moment with himself. It's
It
like that, but it's
sounds
Bono.
terrible.
But
Yeah.
You Philistine.
Whatever.
You
I don't
too is
know.
awesome.
You bitch.
I'd like to say that at one time I liked U2, but I don't think
No,
I
you
ever listened
didn't.
to
Don't
them.
worry.
Ever.
Yeah.
should.
Even after
No.
you did, because the shit you say you don't like or you have a problem with, I'm like, yeah, I get it. I have a problem with it too.
Yeah, it's so
Yeah, I was
terrible.
thinking of that.
Yeah.
And you need to just let that go with
No,
them.
you don't. Because listen,
Why?
you'll never be able to listen to it in this fucking house, so there's no reason to listen to it.
Sunday, Bloody Sunday. You don't want to listen to that
No,
together?
and I don't. Fuck you.
Yeah.
We're gonna get her
And fuck
pissed
you
off.
too. Oh.
Oh.
You get it?
I didn't like. I would listen to their stuff occasionally, but then I guess
Couch.
Couch, yeah.
Yeah.
But Couch, I don't know.
I feel like I got
He
him
really
half
did
his
kind of throw them
discography.
on me.
Yeah.
But I'm cool with it because they're good. I like Couch.
Whatever.
He
Fuck
generally
Couch.
has good
Couch,
taste.
Fuck you.
Like his wife's a bitch, but he has
hi,
good taste.
Kristen, I
Hey,
like
Kristen.
Oh, shit.
Couch sent me a picture. He gave Zeus a bath, and he said, "I didn't die, and none of the cats trust him." And there's a picture of Zeus in the middle of the kitchen. The cat's just looking at him, and he's all wet.
That's awesome.
Poor
Wet.
Zeus.
Man, I did this week, earlier in the week, I did work at a storage unit place right downtown Louisville, right?
Yes.
And it dawned on me that we live in a weird time where people buy shit and have shit that they don't need.
Yeah, it's not
Right?
even around
It was
them.
like,
I have to
It
drive a
blows
mile
me away.
to
Why
get
the-
to my shit.
And not only that, but they keep building these places. So that means people are buying even more shit
Dude.
and storing it away. Why would you buy more than you can hold in your house?
I'll tell you what that is.
Tell me what it is. I need
feel
to
like
fucking
it's-
know.
I mean, I don't know this for certain because, but
Tell
my
us your
hypothesis
theory.
is
Oh,
that
hypothesis.
people that are getting these storage units are people that live in apartments.
Oh, I could see that.
And they're just planning for the day that they have a house.
I
And
feel like-
considering the
Fuck that.
housing market
yeah,
is
I
crap,
feel like fuck that.
and people are building apartment complexes
Yeah.
again,
Mm-hmm.
we're moving towards more people living in apartments, also kind of combined with the idea of overpopulation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Storage units are going to be a thing.
Dude, I left work one day and there was no storage unit, and I came to work the next day, brand new fucking storage unit, dude. Like
Yeah.
directly behind. There were like 5 of us who were like, "Was this thing being built yesterday?" Because I don't think it was, and it was boom, brand new. And
And
you
that-
know that bitch is full.
Somebody
Check this
wished it
out.
into existence.
Check this shit out.
Yes.
Also, they said that since it's downtown, that a lot of their customers are homeless people.
Interesting.
I never thought about that, but if a homeless person has a lot of things and they do good begging, you could pay the monthly fee of whatever it is, 90 to 150. I don't know what it is, depending on the
I was
size
assuming
of
it
the
would
thing.
be 100. So
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
So if they do well in begging, they can keep all their shit in store, which is actually a good idea.
yeah.
But then again, you have homeless coming in and out
Yeah, I
of
feel
your.
like if you're living a beggar lifestyle, don't accumulate shit.
Yeah.
Don't
You
be
know-
that.
You know what?
It's like you're a materialist, but you're a fucking hobo.
Yeah, maybe they're like planning for an antique store.
they.
They're like, I'm just gonna build up my product and
What-
then I'll be good.
What kills me is that I
like that
recently we had which I'm not putting out there, but I bought stuff for a homeless gentleman. I talk to him every fucking day, as much as I can. I try to talk to him every day. Very, very good guy.
When
I
he's
think he just had
around.
a tough life, and I think a lot of them have a tough life, or they have mental issues, and I think he has
Which
both.
also contributes to a tough life.
Yeah, I think he had both. But I noticed that he wasn't wearing the stuff that I bought him, and I didn't ask. I didn't care, But I found out that a girl stole, another homeless person stole his
Yeah.
backpack with all the clothes and shit in it.
Damn.
And I was like, how would a homeless person steal from another? Like, that's your people,
That's
and you're going to
fucking-
steal from them.
Yeah, that's terrible.
It's
So
not-
I
it's
wish
not
he
just,
had a storage
It's not
unit.
just rich people that don't give a fuck about other people.
Yeah.
No, they didn't. I was like, that's crazy, man. That's
We
the
need to-
craziest shit I've ever heard.
Yeah, that's really awful.
Yeah, man, I was so tore up.
He knows
But-
who it is?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, you didn't
Yeah.
hear it from him.
Well, you should work with him and be his private detective, and you guys should track her down.
Oh, I will kill that bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
man.
will fucking personally stab her in the face.
At
It's
least
really
cut a
upsetting.
finger off.
Yeah, allegedly.
That's like I watched this thing right before we did the podcast about this guy. Okay, if somebody's about to do something nice for me and they have their phone in their hand pointed at me,
Yeah.
I'm gonna punch them in the fucking mouth.
Yeah.
Wait,
Even if
you
I'm
mean
Like the
No,
like this,
like
like
this.
recording.
here,
I'm gonna
do
give this
nice
guy
thing to you.
$1,000 and he's homeless.
Let me
Here,
explain
sir.
something to you.
That's
If
great,
you
thanks.
if you film that,
Take the phone.
If you film that good thing, the level of good deed that is going to come back to bite you in the ass tenfold. If you hold your camera up and film it and put it on social media.
They're in pursuit of virtue, but you could still benefit from that good thing.
What? Who can benefit from the good thing?
The person who is
receiving.
Yeah, I mean they're being
a
a fuckface.
Right. They're
but
being
at the same
a cocksucker.
time,
and they don't even
not.
blur the person's face out. Like you should.
Well,
blur
nobody
that.
wants to watch an expressive blur.
Whatever, dude.
How would it be expressive?
I'm telling you what right now, that no matter what, if you film a good deed, because you're not supposed to, which this is a fucking opinion, and if you don't like it, suck my dick. I don't care.
Yeah.
Put it in your butt.
You're not supposed to let the left hand know what the right hand's doing, meaning that you're not supposed to tell people when you do something good. You're just supposed to do it. And you get this inner feeling that nobody else can take or give. You get this feeling of just joy and happiness from giving. We actually get more joy from giving and helping than you get from any other thing, material, by a drug, anything. They've done studies on it. You get more enjoyment from giving. And it's longer lasting. So it's more sustainable if you give, do nice things all the time.
True.
And that's the crazy part about it. You negate all of that when you pick up your phone and you record it.
Yeah, because you're doing it for Facebook.
You're doing it for people.
I'm an
like
attention whore.
Yeah. You're doing it so people share it, people click on it, all that. Fuck those people.
But let's just say, I don't know, 6 people watch it and it makes them happy.
Soundbite. Yeah.
Okay.
They've given you whatever good thing, and they've made 6 people that weren't there happy.
And it is good versus all the horrible shit that you see. I mean, it's definitely bullshit. I don't think that you should do it. Like, if you want to do something nice, just fucking do it. But it does kind of, it's the good to the bullshit.
It's like a hamburger with a big chunk of onion on it. It's like
delicious.
I love a hamburger. No. Let's assume it's a rotten onion. All right, whatever. You wouldn't even like this onion because I do. I do kind of like onions.
You wouldn't even like this onion.
But you get rid of the onion, and you appreciate the hamburger for what it is. It's like they're shitty like to a degree, but that was a lot more. God damn it!
It's awesome. I knew something was coming because he was like.
I was waiting for my turn. My time.
A fucking hamburger with that rotten ass onion.
No, but I do get. See, there's a difference though. Okay, so I watched another video, and this car was parked behind another car that had pulled over and put their blinkers on. They just pulled out their phone to record this. What do you call him? Like
asshole.
Air Force guy, right? Air Force guy. Helping
you
this
can't
old lady.
Say that.
Nope.
Helping this old lady put her groceries in his car, and he was driving her home, so she didn't
because
have
he was
to carry
robbing her. And
he took her car and her groceries.
When you record that and put it on, that's fine because that guy's not putting it out there.
Yeah, he wasn't like, hey,
he's not the one doing it.
Yeah, it's like giving yourself a nickname.
Yeah.
You're an asshole. Don't celebrate your own good deeds.
Yeah.
But celebrate the good deeds of others.
If you give yourself a nickname, I'm calling you Rotten Onion.
Now, do you think that you should give everything you have away, or only as much as you can give away? Do you think?
Well, don't give away the shit that you need.
Yeah. Say as
but I mean,
much
don't
as you
hoard.
Right. Well, that's why it goes back to the people that have way too much, because you have so many people with so little. Like, don't.
Well, and what
give
you
it away.
need is all relative.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
You could be like, I need this gigantic, $250,000 house and a TV in every room for me to feel comfortable. Like, if that's the quality of life you want, okay, have it because you worked for that shit. And then get rid of everything else. But if you're cool with being a nomad and, like, oh, I got a gym membership so I can take a shower and I can still go to work. I've got a car. I'm going to live in a tent for a while.
Right.
And you're cool with that. Give everything away.
The whole idea of what people need and it being relative is pretty important. Because then I think instead of like needs, like urges and shit, like I want to kill people, but there are people that actually have like a high body count.
Yes.
And like that level of intensity compared to mine is fucked.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
I could see where somebody actually might need like 2 houses and a helicopter.
Yeah.
And without that shit, they're just going to go off the deep end.
Yeah.
Because I look at my movie collection and I think I could do without like 2 or 3 of them, but I've whittled it down pretty well. Like I need that shit for my mental stability.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, who knows what the fuck people need.
You know what?
It is all.
I would be able
It's
to.
all relative.
You know what I would be able
It's
to.
all
to
relative.
hoard with a passion, musical equipment.
Yeah.
I would. If I could hoard anything, that would be it, dude. I fucking dude. Okay, you heard me talking about the bookstore. Well, what's
You heard me.
you heard me?
You heard?
The thing that's like 20 times worse than that is when I step into a fucking music store, dude. I just want to fucking. I want everything.
Sit on all of it.
There was
Yes.
a time when he went to music go round a couple times a day.
Yeah.
Every day. Of
When
the
I was
week.
buying this equipment, dude, I was there like twice a day for a week or 2.
Yeah. And he would look at shit online too, like, oh my God, I would love to have that. That would
Yeah.
be great.
I had to start like treating it like it was a drug, because I would go in and I would leave my wallet in the car, and then I would tell her like, yo, I think I'm gonna go there today, but then I would have to force myself. I had to have come up with ways to not go, because there's something about a music store, dude. I think once I'm wealthy enough, I want to buy one.
Yeah.
And have a
That'd be
used
cool.
store. Yeah.
Yeah, you could just go
Just have
in
it
and
come in.
it's all yours until you sell it.
And then all the
And-
musicians would come in and hang out with you.
Yeah,
And be
man.
like, oh yeah, man, Adam, man, he's giving me a good deal.
Tell me that wouldn't be fucking awesome.
It would
man.
be
would
very
be.
cool.
That'd be the shit.
Yeah.
That's the kind of like happiness I'm talking about. That's what I should be truly pursuing. Like if I love it that much, that's what I should be pursuing.
Jesus. That's exactly what you should be pursuing.
You know what I mean? I love it, dude. I need to own that, but
Yeah.
but that I feel like people that own a bar or a coffee shop, you know what I mean? That's the same feeling for them. Like, they get to see all these people come in and
These are
enjoy
good
their
beans,
product.
Darren.
Yeah, man.
Good beans.
Check out these beans.
I think they do, man.
Not even oozing.
Easy. But that's the kind of happiness we're looking for in life. You know what I mean? Fuck buying a bunch of shit and having a bunch of shit laying around. Like, is there anything that you've bought, and I'm sure everybody's done it, that when you bought it, dude, for like 20 minutes or 2 days, you were just fucking like so excited about it. It
Yeah.
made you feel so good. And then after that, you put it in a corner somewhere and you haven't thought about it, and it just sits. We did something. We took a sacrifice. We were renting a guitar and a bunch of cymbals and stuff. So I told her, I was like, for the company, I don't want anything to come out of the account. I want to be like, I don't want nothing surprising the account, right? So what we did was we bought one cymbal that we for sure need and play with, and then we took everything else back, the guitar and everything, and it hurt because I don't, I fucking love it. Even if I don't play it that often, I love having it around.
Looks good.
And
Feels good.
that's one of those
Must be
things, like
good.
you take a sacrifice, but yeah, giving away that stuff. But it made me so happy when I first bought it, and then it kind of just sat there most of the time. I only played it, in retrospect,
Look,
not that
he
often.
was trying to get rid of because the drum set is ours, but the ride cymbal was not, because it doesn't come with the
I was
set.
gonna get rid of that.
He was I was like, you play drums every fucking day, dude. You cannot get rid of the ride. Like you need a ride.
Yeah.
You go and get rid of the bass drum. See if
Bass
he'll
drum.
buy that. No, like you can't do that. So we kept that. We actually bought it. So it's
You
not
know what I'm
coming
saying,
out
though?
every month now.
That first little bit of
Everything else
happiness
went back.
fades so quickly, and then that shit just sits there. It's when you put something in a storage unit. How often are you gonna go there and just sit there and
Right.
look at all your stuff or play with it, or it sits there for years and years and years?
That's
It's like
why-
recording video of a concert you're at.
Yeah.
How often do you go back and watch that?
Hey,
Dude, I
the
don't
Misfit
ever.
shit, I do.
Maybe if
And
it's
brand
something
new.
epic like
Fine,
that.
fuck me.
Yeah.
Record
But those
everything.
Are, no, those are actually the only ones. The Misfits. I watch my Roman Reigns entrance stuff from
Yeah.
wrestling.
No, you're
that hurts.
completely right, dude. Because
But
I don't
yeah,
watch
other than
none
that,
of them.
Yeah, I was thinking I've got like 200 videos in my phone, and I watch none of them.
None of them. Yes.
That's
Every once in a
all right. I'm
while,
gonna
I do
stop
like
doing
to
that.
peek the one of you guys outside with the
Yeah.
fireworks or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, that one's
Awesome.
fucking dope.
That
was
one's
pretty
worth
funny.
peeping.
It is crazy that I never thought about that because I'm always like, I want to capture this moment instead of living in that moment.
Yeah.
We live in a time where you want to capture it. And how often do these people that like do a live video at some concert or some event, how often do you think they go back and listen? They don't. So why wouldn't you enjoy it while you're there? Let somebody else do that live video and put it on Facebook. Motherfucker, enjoy your shit.
That's what Louis C.K. says about. He went to something for his kids. He said it was just a bunch of parents with their fucking screens in their faces recording it. He said, and then they put it on Facebook. Like, no one else is watching that shit.
Yeah.
You're not watching that shit. He said, I can prove it to you. Show 5 seconds of your kid doing whatever the fuck you recorded them do, and then have just your asshole. I bet everyone will say, oh, that's so cute. Look how big she's getting, or whatever. And it won't be anything because they don't watch it.
No.
See, I tested that one time because I made a video of me eating a piece of cake.
Uh-huh.
And I was listening to a brand new song, and it was like 5-6 minutes, and I assumed nobody would watch it. But then I went to work, and like Jeanette was like, "What the hell?" I got to the end of that, I was pissed.
I thought there was
I
gonna
was
be
like, "Oh,
something.
right on.
Yes.
Thanks for watching."
Yes.
But yeah,
That's
That's
wonderful.
like the parents now. Everybody on fucking face. Everybody. Have you noticed this that they're doing the first day of school pictures or
No.
6th year or 4th year, whatever they're in? It is fucking mind numbing, dude. How much people give a shit about their kid on their first day back to school. Not even the very first day of school
Yeah.
that they just do every fucking school year. They're like, look at my kid grow. Look at them. They're so smart. They made it to 6th grade.
maybe it's because they can't put like a picture of them doing like a huge rail of coke.
Right?
Yeah.
They could
On there?
if
They
they really
could,
wanted
man.
to.
No.
You get kicked
They want to
off,
avoid
wouldn't
trouble. So instead of a picture of them doing a bunch of blow, it's like, oh, look at my kid.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
you? Yeah, fuck 'em.
maybe. Probably
I don't
not,
know.
but maybe.
I can't stand that when
Got
somebody
pictures
like
of me doing coke.
you know what?
Yeah, but
I guess do you leave yourself behind when you have a kid? Do you detach yourself
yeah.
from who you are and now you are your kid? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you
Like,
have to be.
That's you now.
You have
You
to
don't have an
be-
identity.
no.
No,
Yes.
absolutely.
You
Yeah.
have to have an identity. It
They
just has
don't.
to coincide with the benefit of the child.
No.
Because
no.
if you're going to let go of your identity, then you're just a shell of a person teaching a
They
kid.
are.
That's exactly
what's
what
happening.
it is.
That's not what a good parent is.
Yes,
That's
it
how
is.
what most parents are.
Yes, it is.
'Cause, I mean, look at the Rents. I
That's-
feel like they had personality.
Yeah, but they were still. You can have personality. That's not
Yeah,
the
you can
same
have a-
thing as.
And then what the hell are you guys describing?
Their purpose, their ambitions, their wants, their needs, their likes, their
It's
dislikes.
not like you have a kid and your personality's gone. It's all the other stuff that goes with it. You no longer
Dreams.
get to do anything except be a mom, be a
Aspirations.
dad.
you do
in
it
the story.
less.
None of that.
Yeah, no, that's what it is.
I'm telling you, dude.
That's why
I've met a lot of people.
they took us to the mall. They took us to our baseball and basketball games
all they got.
and fucking tap dancing and guitar lessons, and we were involved in a lot of shit. They took us to all of it. They were involved in all of it. What do
Right.
you when did they do shit?
Whenever they had our friends' parents take us,
Yeah.
it was like, if it's like a group activity with the mall, the Rents, it would be like,
My
hey,
friends' parents never took us anywhere.
well, I had good friends' parents. But, like the Rents would
Florida.
take us and their parents would pick us up.
Yeah.
So they had that window where they could.
Oh, that
Chase
1
their
hour.
Oh
passions.
yeah, that one
That
fucking
one
hour.
fucking hour.
Chase
Fucker, I
dreams.
went to the mall for 3 or 4 hours.
What
I
do you
lived
do
in that
with
bitch.
that time?
I lived in
Look,
that bitch.
because then even mom and dad, they were good parents. They had to be prepared if anything happened to us. So they had to be, and there
So they're
weren't cell
waiting,
phones.
waiting in the wings.
Yeah, so they have to be around a phone. If
I
something
feel like they also
happens.
just knew it on an instinctive level.
But I'm saying
It's like
like
whenever I fell off the SUV, Toss is like, I knew something was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, how the fuck do you know that?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. You're connected in that sense. If you think of terms like an infinite universe and all possibilities are, like, of course he felt it.
Yeah,
you know
they
what I mean?
created you. They absolutely
He's-
felt it.
You're a part of him, and you're intertwined in this way that a lot of parents can't explain. So of course he felt it. You know what I mean? It's like a Cheech and Chong movie where the twins, the whatever that's.
So then why would he need to be near a phone?
he wouldn't need
Because
to be
how
there.
would he know where to find you?
Come on, man.
He intuits it.
No, he intuits it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking speaks to
That's how they do it in movies.
No, yeah, that's how it's done.
No, but what I'm getting at, and then I love the parents that are like, they'll talk to us and they're like, yo, you should have a kid, but then turn right around and they're like, fuck my piece of shit
I will
kid,
never
and
have
they
a
make
child.
me so mad.
I'm not giving up my life for some little piece of shit.
We were worried.
Well, it's
did
like with a
she say-
cat, because I mean, you love the cats, but you're like, this bitch pissed on my heating
Oh,
pad.
yeah. Or shit on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah. The cat, one of the cats shit on the table. He didn't mean to.
No.
But it was like, it wasn't like shit.
Didn't mean to.
No,
was
he
like
didn't. His little butt glands have to be like
Yeah.
excised.
Aspirated.
Okay.
And he, I guess, I like bopped him
You
and
scared
just
him.
like
Yeah.
floop. Just it was just little bits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bloop, bloop.
But we had to throw a clipboard away because it
smelled bad,
like
bro.
like
Yeah.
shit
Yeah, it smelled bad.
Shitboard.
forever.
You know who I'm sad that
Forever.
his movies stopped being good? Pauly Shore, man. I got a love affair with Pauly Shore. I guess because my dad he was a big fan of Pauly Shore, you know, the Weasel and all that. I'm fucking upset. Remember that thing that thing we went to go see,
Mhm, at
and
the
I was
strip
going.
club.
Yeah, I was going
yeah.
for Pauly Shore. And
Yeah.
the next day when we went, they were like, "Oh, he left early because he got mad at something or whatever."
Yeah.
I'm like, the piece of motherfucking shit, dude. It's just like the time I met the lead singer of.
It was the same time.
Yeah, it was the same
Oh,
damn thing.
shut
Yeah.
the fuck up!
Swear to God.
it
It
was-
crushed
yeah.
me.
Yep.
But you know, I went and saw Pauly Shore do stand up one time.
What the
on
fuck
Forest
ever.
Street. It was awesome.
Yeah.
You gotta be kidding
Oh.
me, really?
Yeah.
I hate you for that, man.
Thank you.
I do. I fucking.
I also saw
truly
Mitch
love 'em.
Hedberg.
Dude, yeah. I do
Yeah.
that. You've seen him for sure?
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
For sure.
For sure.
sure.
Like really?
For
Can
sure.
you verify that?
For sure. No, I don't know what it is, and I don't think. Well, now definitely not. After he got out of the spotlight and the #1 spot in movies and lead roles, like he kind of went downhill.
Well, did you see Pauly Shore's Dead?
Yeah,
Where's-
I didn't really get that though.
I loved it. I thought it was
I-
awesome.
didn't
When we
really
started
get it.
watching it, I don't think we finished it.
Yeah, it just wasn't. It wasn't hitting
I think
off.
we
like I thought it was
own
going
it.
to.
It's definitely
Yeah,
not
we do.
90s style Pauly Shore, but I like how it kind of blends fiction and reality into a nice little.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't remember what Mark McGrath did in it, but I remember him being the best part of it.
I know I liked it a lot.
Yeah, it's the best part of the movie, but I don't remember it.
Couldn't tell
I
you
wonder-
what it
Classic.
is.
I wonder how
Classic.
how much we would have to beg to get Pauly Shore to come out here to Louisville, Kentucky.
Probably pay him a couple $1,000.
Whatever.
That's it.
You
Or you
think
could
it
just
would,
go to California and go to the Comedy Store or whatever, and he'd be there all the time.
Yeah, we could try doing that too.
try to get that? I bet if we try hard enough, we can get him to come here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah,
You know how fucking
You
cool
tell
that would
him
be?
I'll cook for him.
Yeah, Pauly
He'll
Shore,
show up.
yo.
Got
We'll
nugs
cook
and
for him.
grindage. Come on down.
Say someone's got to bring weed.
Dude, you know, we were talking about that. Like the star moment where you see somebody. Like more often than not, I feel like I'd be pretty cool around somebody. I'd be like, oh, it's just a fucking person, you know.
Yeah.
But I think Pauly Shore would be one of those people that I'd be speechless.
You don't
Like,
know what to say.
I'd feel like a kid again.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like watching Biodome and shit,
Hell yeah.
jumping off roofs and shit.
I know Matt Skip was like, I was like,
Right?
I didn't know what
That's
to say.
Yeah, that's
It's
how
like,
I was.
I've thought about this moment so many times and I don't know what to. It's like I didn't know who he was.
But- But when I was talking to Derek, I was like, this is cool.
totally cool. Yeah. Uh huh.
But Skiba, it was like, oh shit.
Yeah. Jesus.
Jesus.
I don't feel like I would be like that now, though, meeting people. I feel like I've met enough celebrities to where I'm like, okay, they're just people.
I feel like with him, I would still be that way.
Yeah.
Nobody else has ever really bothered me. Even Cyrus from Newfound Glory didn't bother me
Yeah.
one bit. I was like, I started drums because of you.
So I feel like the only person I might freak out about meeting would be Obama.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Shit.
This is some regal shit,
Yes.
boy.
I'd love to fucking meet Obama
Yeah.
in person, bro.
I
Yeah.
feel like
After
I'd be
awesome.
seeing
with him.
after seeing him on like Comedians in Cars, and my next guess is,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I got a new respect for Barack Obama. You
Mhm.
remember when he first became president, and how his speeches used to go, and he would say all the time, and then they had to like coach him to get out, and then his
Yeah.
speeches got real long, and he would take pauses because he didn't want to say and I fucking love that shit. But now that after I've seen that, I get this whole new respect for him. The guy's great.
Yeah.
He's awesome. I just never I don't pay attention to politics, but I like the guy personally.
So with that shit,
Yeah,
like
he
I was,
certainly seems cool.
I had like public speaking classes and whatnot, and
Yeah.
they were all, don't say it's better to just pause and not say anything.
Yeah.
It's really
And then-
hard. Have you
And
ever
I started
tried
to pick up on that kind of stuff.
A lot of
Yes.
my
It's really difficult.
a lot of
It
my
definitely takes
videos,
practice.
Yeah.
my like the past videos, like, you know, early when was trying to do like videos and shit, I realized that I say constantly. So it is something that you really have to watch because it's a filler. We all use it. There's sometimes people have fillers like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or
Know what I mean?
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Or
Right.
man, everybody has those fillers
You
that
know.
they use constantly. Yeah.
And
Yeah. It's crazy.
God, what is it? It's Kevin Smith has one that he always says. He's I'm gonna go get burgers and shit, you know, or it's something. It's just like extra. It's fluff.
Yeah.
Scott he does
it.
that.
Yeah, that's
uh-huh.
that's
Stuff
what I was
and
thinking.
everything.
When
I
was
think
saying
is what it.
stuff and everything.
Uh-huh.
Stuff like that and everything. That's how it is.
It's a lot.
Stuff like that and everything.
and whatnot.
And it's just like, and I know I have those too. And I think the first or second podcast, man, it was fucking.
I feel like
on
it's what
every
sets us
sentence.
apart from robots.
Is the
Yeah, the filler shit.
Yeah, I would say so.
It's an indicator
It's
of
the only
people.
thing.
I'm pretty nervous about the whole ride. We need to stop talking about robots.
I know, dude.
Robots make me nervous. After watching that video and seeing how they react and how they have them to where they're like, and they learn and they can adapt to certain like terrain and all that. Like, yo, they're getting close to
We
being
gotta stop talking about robots.
Terminator, yo.
Yeah.
We're gonna be in a
Terminator.
weird. If they come along, I don't think they will though, because I think robots are smart enough to try to make the world better. As long as making the world better isn't killing off the human race.
Yeah, I was
we're
thinking
good.
like better,
Yeah,
but
it
better
certainly
for who?
Depends
Yeah.
on their perspective.
It's better for the earth. Sucks for people.
Yeah.
I think that the robots would come to that conclusion. We are, if you think
The
of the
problem-
world as a living thing, if you think about like if you were out here in space looking at the world, this would be a living
Do
thing.
you think the world is conscious?
Oh,
Because I
yes.
accept that it's a living thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely conscious, man. I believe that wholeheartedly. But if you think about it in that term, you know, we look like cancer when you're looking down on it. You know what I mean? We're like
Yeah.
we're mutated little spots, you know. And you look at that and you think of us as cancer because that's what we are. We fucking ruin this world. And not only are we ruining it now, but we've done it 3 times prior.
And we've
Like
been
it's
doing this
documented
shit.
that we've done it 3 times prior.
Wait, what do we do 3 times prior?
We just keep ruining shit.
The world is it's
A vampire.
it's the world has started over pretty much. Like there's been segments in time like the Ice Age and
Oh,
all
yeah.
that shit, and segments of time where the world completely started over, and not like as far as like dinosaur age, this or that. Whole human races have been wiped out on Earth.
Right. But how
Like
were they
3 or 4
responsible for that?
Just because like global warming.
Well, I mean, now it makes sense,
hey,
but
you're talking about humans. I was like,
Yeah, but, like,
how's
back in the
who
day.
responsible? Yeah.
I don't know like how they're responsible.
yeah.
But I know that eventually it's conscious, right? So what do you do? What does your body do when it fucking starts feeling better? You got cancer, you take medicine, they give you chemo, all that. Well, just so happens that the Earth's form of chemo and all that are big ass meteors that wipe out a human race so that
Right.
it can start to feel better. Like, so it calls to
Yeah.
the universe like, yo, help me out. And the universe is like a doctor. It's like, here comes a fucking meteor. I'll take care of all those motherfuckers.
Yes. Do you have something that doesn't hurt so bad?
I like that image.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, man.
Universe, hook me up. I got these fucking people on me.
I got these people all over me. We're like
yes.
that. We're like fucking cancer, bro. And it's not going to be until we change that as a whole people. You know what I mean? We got to start
So do
living
you think
in
if we collectively started planting like an ass load of trees and like cut out the polluting, that the earth would get better and treat us like we
Eventually.
were cool?
yeah, eventually.
Instead of like cancer, we're like a cool, like the bird that like eats the shit out of the alligator mouth or whatever, you know? Is it
yeah,
gonna be cool with us then?
it would, but
That'd be
it
fun.
would take
be.
more than our generation. Like it would take
Yeah,
a
it'd
few
be a while.
generations for it to actually come back around to us.
Uh,
But that's the thing. they said that we couldn't plant enough trees to change it. We couldn't cut out enough pollution. There's so much that needs to be done, and we're
Let's
just not capable
kill off
of doing
half
it.
the fucking population.
That's another thing that's
And
probably going to
fertilizer
happen.
for the trees.
Huh?
That could be fertilizer for the trees.
Yeah,
Think about it,
just
if
kill
the-
them
if
and let
the-
them fucking rot where they
If
are.
If the sea level rises like they say it's going to, all your, California and New York and all, they're going to be underwater. Florida, they'll all be underwater. So that's a huge majority of your
I
population.
want to say Florida's going to float.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like California and New York are fucked, but Florida has some kind of weird magic about
I
it.
hope that it floats because I'd like to live there.
On a floating landmass.
On a floating landmass, yeah. Some people call that an island.
Yeah, I don't,
What do
I
other
don't know,
people
man.
call it?
I don't know. I don't know
Not
those
an
people.
island.
Yeah.
I like thinking of the world
Those people
like
think the
that,
Earth's
though.
flat. So.
I like thinking of myself like outside of the universe, looking in on the universe, and how that feels. If you ever take the time to think about that, like
Oh, yeah.
think about if you were bigger than the universe,
It drove
instead
me
of like
nuts for
this
a
little fucking pixel spot
Nothing.
in the middle of nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Think about yourself as the biggest thing in the universe, looking down on the universe. How do you feel about it now? You know what I mean? It's a
Mm-hmm.
weird feeling. It's like, well, maybe I am
It's
that
pretty,
big.
but I could scoop it up and put it on pizza.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Maybe I am that big. Maybe I can hold universes in my hand.
Yeah.
Who's to say I'm not?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hell
you can-
yes.
You're
What if
capable of
I'm-
anything.
I could be doing it right now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What if I am the universe? What? You get what I'm saying? It's crazy. But I think they're like your monks and shit. They tap into this like universal consciousness, like this universal place when they meditate, and they can feel and adapt with everything. They can feel it all. I think that it's extremely possible that there's one consciousness and we can all tune into it.
Mm-hmm.
But you really have to get connected with yourself and the world
And
around you.
everything else. Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's
I
weird.
dig
Have
it.
to.
Have
Oh,
to.
did you see?
Have
Have to.
Did you see everybody all pissed off at Jeff Bezos and Amazon not paying anything in taxes? So
Yeah, dude.
mad, bro.
Well, it's bullshit.
But is
Don't
it?
be mad because he figured it out.
Well, I
They're
mean,
just fucking
no. I mean,
angry
good on
because-
him.
Yeah.
But the fact that that's within the system to exploit. Like, instead of dipping into Social Security, tax businesses properly.
yeah.
Well, see,
There's
they,
a proper way to go about it, though, and avoid taxation. So if you're doing it properly, it's not exploiting anything.
mm-hmm.
I guess you're right.
Yeah.
See, that's it. All his workers, all the employees are the ones paying the taxes. So technically, he is paying taxes on the money that is taken out of the entity
Right.
and put into the pockets of the employers. That gets taxed. Of course, it's how business works.
Yeah.
So, in turn, he doesn't have to pay taxes on the income generated by profit or whatever. He doesn't have to pay taxes on it because his employees pay taxes. Why do you think all these states are trying to get the new Amazon building? Because all those employees come in and then they pay a majority of the taxes so that the company won't have to. And it's more money for the state. It's a weird game, man. And people are pissed off, but the ones that work there, did you quit yet? No. Do you go to work every day? Yes.
Well, it
Yeah,
also
because of
feels-
course you have to
Quit
pay
whining.
taxes.
It
Yeah.
also feels stupid though because it's like income taxes are technically unconstitutional, we'll say,
Mhm.
or illegal or whatever, but they do it anyway.
Right.
And
Is
then yeah,
In what way?
in the way that you're what is it? You're allowed to tax like sales
So,
and land, yes?
yeah.
Yes.
I feel like that's the thing.
Mm.
And then you can't tax income because it was just always that way.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not no more.
Yeah. And then the government popped in. They're like, oh, we're going to start doing it. And
Yeah.
we're like, whoa, 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 whoa. And they're like, well, fuck you. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
And
And
nobody
then they just
stood up
continue with that
Mm-hmm.
and keep raising it.
and
every
keep
year.
raising it.
Every
But
fucking
they
year.
make loopholes for businesses
Mm.
so they don't have to pay.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Hey,
I don't
if you
know,
know
man.
the loopholes.
It benefits you if you know the loopholes.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, I mean, it definitely does, but I mean, don't you think though, if we're trying to form a society that's actually beneficial and
right.
and runs well,
No, I agree
you know,
completely.
maybe cut out the loopholes.
Yeah. But
No.
it's always going to be that. And it's
Stop
always going to
taxing
be
the people
benefit.
then. If we're going to cut out the loopholes that are completely legal, cut out the fucking taxing of the people's income that's completely
Well,
illegal.
yeah, that's a given.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Do that in addition
Yeah.
to
we do
You can
work
do it
for
both.
these people in like $500,000 homes or $1 million homes and shit. And what always kills me is the amount of credit cards they have, the amount of debt that these people are in, and they live off debt.
Yeah,
Not
that's
only
insane.
they're always so every time a check comes into them, it's already gone because they've already spent thousands of dollars in on their credit card.
Yeah, they have no money.
We've been not paid on like $1,000 bill because the person was overdrafting their account and they're living on debt. Like, you know what I mean? They continuously pull out
are
debt.
you taking that into account with your business?
Oh yeah,
Like
for sure.
How do you avoid that? Is there a way?
You make them sign a contract saying that all sales or all payments are due after the work is complete. There is no grace period because a lot of companies you have like 10 days or 30 days for them to pay. If you put that in the contract and they sign it, well, you can sue them for it. You can put a lien on their property. You can do all that. So,
Do you know anything about like that process?
no, we're gonna have this company that they'll file as many liens as you want. So every time we do a job, we call them up,
Yeah.
and then they send a
Yeah.
So we're trying to like back ourselves because a lot of people, that's what they'll do. They'll
Fair.
have to do work.
I hadn't even considered that.
Yeah.
That, hey, you guys got this business, and you what if people don't pay? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's weird, dude. And a lot of people don't. Like the company that I was with prior, they had like 12 jobs. We're talking about big jobs that just were like, we're not paying you. And what can they do? If you take somebody to court for $1,000, you'll spend more in lawyer fees than you would trying to get the $1,000 back.
Right.
So you got to weigh your options. Like, you should have taken care of that.
You should
Be
just
your
go
own
in
lawyer.
and uninstall what you did.
That's
Yeah.
what I always said.
I always said that,
if
yeah.
they don't fucking pay you by, say, give them 30 days.
Yeah.
Take that shit back. Be
Yeah,
like,
it's like a
when
repo,
you
man.
want to pay me, I'll come back and install it, and you can pay me again for reinstalling it.
Yeah. It's like if you can have a
how
repo
you
man for
should-
cars,
yeah.
why
Yeah.
not for electrical
It's
work?
how
I
it
told them
should
you
be.
need to work that shit into a contract that says if you don't pay in this amount of time, we will come and undo the work.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking tight.
I'd be
God,
like, this
dude.
shit's in the contract, so whether you're home or not,
You'd be
I'm
a
coming in with the
legend
cops.
among like electricians.
Hell yeah.
They would look at you and say, "Man, did you know this motherfucker, this Ashby character?"
Yes.
Kicking in doors.
Look, I'm gonna be the
Mario
muscle
professional.
because if he doesn't want to do it, I'm walking in that bitch with a baseball bat.
Yes.
You listen.
I pictured you with a bat. You're just-
I know, yes. I will take that work out. That's awesome. Yeah.
protection money.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
So that was a
I get paid
fucking.
for the muscle.
We appreciate everybody listening. Every time I end a podcast, like I don't know what to say, I'm like,
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna get right to it. This
This is done. We're
Oh.
ending it. Good night.
Hang on, let me tell you. They found there's a trove of super deep diamonds from Earth's core has been discovered.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's probably our ancestors.
Off the
Yeah.
coast of Brazil. It was
Brazil.
255
Brazil.
miles to
Brazil.
410 miles down. I
Damn
just
it.
wanted to tell you that. They
Oh,
found
thanks.
fucking treasures.
That's awesome.
A volcano.
Oh, there's a
Spit that shit
fucking
up.
treasure in the Rocky Mountains.
Mhm.
This dude, he had excess money and was just kind of like, whatever. So like he put it in a chest
Awesome.
and he hid it somewhere in the Rocky Mountains. And he has like clues and shit.
I love it.
Right?
That guy is awesome.
Yeah.
He's a hero. Is he alive?
hero,
Yeah,
We need to have him on the show.
hero.
I think.
Listen, Rocky Mountain hero, give us a
He's
call.
also like an old dude. So he's like, look, a clue is that I'm an old man.
Yeah.
So it's nowhere crazy.
Yeah. So it's like in his attic.
He did say he would know if someone found it. So I assume it's
It's absolutely
close to where he
in
lives.
his attic. Yes.
And,
Sorry, I just
Yeah.
got us off. That just turned off too. I
Yeah.
just got us off track with
So
treasure.
that was another
Sorry.
episode of Wildly Uninteresting. We appreciate you listening.
Thank you.
This is Sarah. This
Hi.
is Ian.
I'm
I am
Ian.
Adam.
That was episode
This
20.
is episode 20, yo. Dude,
Twin.
it's a 2
Hey.
decades. Whoa. 2 decades, yo. Of podcast.
2
already.
decades.
Of podcast.
Fucking right, dude.
Thank you all
Yeah.
for listening. Subscribe, like, hit the bell button, comment, do what you do or not. I don't give a shit
Leave
anymore.
timestamps below of things that you want to watch again.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like
we
we
do.
please.
We'll
Or don't.
cut it.
Whatever. Just end this fucking thing.
Whatever.
I'm not gonna know when to turn it off.
Wildly uninteresting. Sting.